Good afternoon. It is 4 o'clock on July 28th, and this is a meeting of the Streets and Sidewalks Committee. To my left is Councilman Jeffrey Schilling, and to my right is Councilwoman Susan Westfall. I looked at Lynn's name and almost called you Lynn.
That's all right.
I am Bob Phillips, the chair. We're here to talk about excuse me, staff's recommendation or providing a recommendation to council at large that the Adams Street, Riverside Drive, Staunton Road Roundabout project and the bidding authorization. And Mr. Titterington, are you going to lead that?
Sure. So we are asking for authorization to go out to bid. We, council had authorized back in September the professional services agreement with American Structure Point. At the time, we had hoped that we would be able to time the project so that we could begin and end it during this summer, in between the Strawberry Festival and the school session. However, staffing vacancies, as well as some coordination that we needed to do and continue to do with utilities, because we do need to move some things. We obviously have not been able to accomplish that goal. We instead are asking, or our plan would be to begin, after bidding and awarding and all that, to begin at the end of the year with about a 6-month window of time, weather permitting. Would take longer than we had originally intended, partially because we want to coordinate with the schools, and given that we would have the busing and additional traffic from the second semester, the semester after the Christmas holidays. We have received an engineer's estimate that's higher than what we had in the budget. You have a memo that has corrected the column. You will see that list in that order with those funds. The bottom line difference is because after the engineered estimates were done, is of $332,000. As with any of our projects, because you authorize in advance and not after the fact, we do run in from time to time a difference, timing, inflation, as well as detailed analysis of the actual design work, that when we're dealing with numerous funds, utility funds, etc., the portion of each may vary. And you'll see that in these various fund lists at the bottom of the memo. The project scope will be a single lane roundabout. We'll replace the concrete, the gutter, the mountable curb, storm pipe. We will provide some new street lighting, as well as relocate the water line as part of that project. We are not asking for emergency legislation.
We don't, we do have some preliminary drawings on this, yes or no?
The engineer, Structure Point, they have prepared the detailed drawings ready for going out to bid.
I can't recall seeing them, and just a general question off the top of my head. The single lane roundabout, but will this on Adams Street leading from the Hobart side to the junior high side, will it be the 2 lanes going northbound and that sort of thing? Will we have that same configuration?
Second lane will be introduced after the
right turn.
For the right drop lane.
Right.
The right turn into the junior high.
Gotcha.
And the intersection will be open during construction. Originally, what Patrick had talked about with the intersection, we were hoping to get the construction done during the summer, coordination, blah, blah, blah. But then we met with the school, and we will keep the intersection Adams Street open. And then depending on the phasing will depend on which side is closed. Like if they're working on the west side, they'll, close Riverside up. So we had a coordination meeting with all the parties that were affected, Riverside, the county, metropolitan housing there, and then also obviously the school. So to provide their input and just start that communication.
And additionally, I know this is outside the exact scope of this, but would this necessitate or drive cleaning up that bike lane coming southbound in front of the high school or junior high?
I'm not sure what you mean by cleaning it up, but it will, the 2 lanes southbound kind of go away when the bike lane goes off.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, would that necessitate or be able to have eventually, potentially, a 8-foot wide rec trail type setup and with curbs and that sort of thing
Like
instead
dedicated off of the
Right.
street?
Right.
Well, the scope of this project kind of ends where that bike lane goes off of the road.
All
Like
right.
that's where kind of we start or it ends. So that is not in the plan, like for this intersection improvement at all.
Okay.
And I'm not sure with the elevation and the hillside, and then you're going
It
onto
does.
the
Cemetery.
bridge. I'm not sure how you would be able to accomplish that anyway.
It's outside of my
Yeah,
pay grade, so that's
sure.
up to the engineers.
Okay.
Questions? Mrs.
Well, that
Westbrook?
was the one thing I thought about too, was that bike lane next to the school, and then the other bike lane through the park. So that will just kind of tee into that sidewalk area like it is now. Okay. That's all I had.
Okay, Mr. Schilling?
Yeah, and we're looking at this, and we're already like 20% over budget. So, and originally it was supposed to be a 3-month project, now it's going to be a 6-month project. And we're going to be starting, you say, in December of 2025, which it means that likely that thing getting really off the ground, it really depends on what the weather's going to be in January and February in Troy. Was there any thought, and if there was some thought, was any estimates given as say, why don't we go back and just do it during the summer of 2026 after the Strawberry Festival and before school starts, and that way we have 3 months that we can really work on that thing and get it done? I mean, did we think about, is there a huge cost differential in that? Or am I, I mean.
So we had looked at alternative timing. However, we do have quite a bit of projects, as well as the 250, as well as the 50th anniversary of the Strawberry Festival. There are a variety of things going on next summer, in addition to getting the streetscape project underway, among other projects. And so all we would do is back up our capital improvement program. That's why we talked to the schools. That's why we stretched out the timing. That's why we are looking at a project time frame that keeps the road open, but will require some additional maintenance of traffic so that we can get it done in advance of next summer.
Okay, so let me get straight now. Right now we're doing a 6-month project from the end of December to sometime in June, which essentially is going to interfere with the 50th anniversary of the Strawberry Festival anyway. So again, if we started after the Strawberry Festival, like we were going to do this year, then that's not going to interfere with the 50th anniversary of the Strawberry Festival unless they're going to have a whole month or something they're going to do to celebrate it, which I actually don't have any idea what the plans are on that. So again, the question is, and again, if we're doing 6 months, we're still going into June anyway. It would essentially be the first part of July before this thing wraps up, and so that's still going to conflict with the streetscape downtown. So I'm still not. You're not. I mean, we're still messing around with I mean, what's the problem with pushing this thing back into June, going June, July, and August, and then we're done with it, and we get most of the work done while school's out.
All right, so with additional projects that we have for next year, it requires quite a bit of internal project management. So if we start the project now and we get it done by June, even if there's a little bit left at June, it's the tail end of the project. And so we're able to wrap up this project and move into our more aggressive summer season of capital improvements
So when streetscape
next
goes,
year.
you're
However,
you're thinking about starting streetscape when, I'm sorry?
We're not sure exactly when we will start that, Mr. Schilling, but
Okay.
it will be a significant project, and we are
I
starting
agree with
the
that, but you're the one that's bringing it up, and it's gonna start in June
No,
or
I'm
something.
bringing up the whole thing, Mr. Schilling, that we have accommodated spreading out our project management and our capital improvement plan rather than pushing everything to the summer of next year when there are a variety of other projects that we will then have begun or be underway. One of which could be the first part of the streetscape project, very likely with the utility portion of it that we hope to at least get out to bid, at the end of this year, and possibly start doing next year, early next year, or during the construction season at least. We have to coordinate quite a bit.
Okay, I'm just, just asking the questions, to see what, I'm still, we'll see, again, I just bringing up some questions on that, that's all.
I would hope that maybe it could be finished early so that, or still be usable at the end of the project so that, like Strawberry Festival, traffic wouldn't be affected so much.
You're absolutely right, and that's what our hope is. But as soon as we utter that out loud, then, we do have to deal with the uncertainty of weather. So, yeah.
There is no good time. It's a busy year next year, and there's the 250th the anniversary of our country, the 50th anniversary of the Strawberry Festival. There's just a lot going on.
I agree.
Anything else?
No.
Okay. Any other questions from the general audience? All right, yes, come on down. Usual routine, come up and announce yourself.
Why are we meeting at 4 o'clock on a Monday instead of 6 o'clock as every other meeting?
We had some conflicts with being able to meet at 6
regular
this
time.
evening, and as you see, Mrs. Knight's not here, so we had to move this one. Happens from time to time. We don't like to do it, but every once in a while we do have to do it, and we did not want to put this off. The rest of the week is going to be a busy week because we do have students coming from Japan.
Yeah, I understand.
Yeah, it's a very rare thing, but it does happen once or twice a year.
The first time I remember.
Right.
I don't have a great memory.
It's rare.
But
It's
not that
rare.
bad either.
Yeah,
Okay.
unfortunate.
Well, every time we change something, as you can see, the public showed up.
I barely showed up because I have a job too.
All right, having the information before you, what's your pleasure with the item?
I guess we'll move ahead.
Yeah, I agree.
It's unanimous with the committee to move ahead as staff is suggesting any other items to come before the Streets and Sidewalks Committee.
No, sir.
All right, then we are adjourned. Thank you all for attending.
Thank you.